Welcome back to University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey. I'm Timothy Gassen. I'm with Chris Perry, who's the commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League. Now, this is the league that the University of Arizona competes in. It has 8 members. Arizona and Arizona State are both members of it. And Chris, for hockey fans who may not know, what exactly are the duties of a league commissioner?
A lot of people are probably asking that. I do the scheduling I do all the league scheduling. We have a 22-game schedule for each conference member, and so what I do is I get the pleasure of building that, which is kind of a pain. And then I deal with a lot of eligibility issues. I also deal with a lot of just building issues. If someone has a knit, whether it's is this kid eligible, or is there supplemental discipline, or hey, I can't get to Tucson in time, can you call the coach, or that sort of thing. I handle a lot of administrative duties, so the coaches, all they have to do is focus on playing hockey.
Now, you didn't get into hockey as an administrator of a league. You actually have a history with the University of Oklahoma hockey program. So can you explain a little bit about your involvement with Oklahoma hockey and how that kind of grew into your role as a commissioner of the WCHL?
Sure. I was, for years, I helped out the University of Oklahoma hockey team. I was I wasn't there when they started. I got there about 2 months after they started, and I was a loudmouth in the crowd. They had a terrible public address announcer, and I said,
"This sounds familiar, Wildcat fans."
I said, "Any monkey can do this," and they said, "Okay, monkey, come on." So I started doing that, and then I said, "Well, geez, you guys don't have a Twitter. Well, you don't do this, you don't do that," and they said, "Can you do that?" So I, like a dummy, I said yes. So I took on more and more issues and more things for Oklahoma. Eventually became their general manager and did an awful lot of recruiting for them, and turned them into, I didn't, it's not me, but me and the bunch of folks that I worked with turned them into a pretty, at the time they were a dominating team, a top 10 team, always going to the national tournament. And from there, it just turned into this. I wanted to get away from that team aspect, focus more on the league and the conference, and here we are.
Well, and this is important for hockey fans to remember. Teams just don't happen and roll out onto the ice. They don't just happen to have a schedule. It's guys like Chris Perry that help make this happen. It's important to understand there's a lot of people not on the bench, not in uniforms, that help make these teams possible. Let's talk a little bit about the WCHL. This is a very good league. Some might even contend the best league in Division I of the American Collegiate Hockey Association. Certainly a lot of ranked teams. Yep. And over the last couple of years, the ACHA Division I champion has come from the WCHL. Can you talk about the pride?
You keep talking. I like this. This is awesome.
Can you talk about the pride of the member institutions in this league and just how strong it is, top from bottom? This is the number 7 ranked team in the WCHL, in the standings, rather,
right?
In Missouri State playing Arizona, but still a good hockey team.
Very good hockey team. Yeah, we're very proud. The Western Collegiate League, obviously, I think it's best. There are 60 teams in the ACHA. I think you can argue that the Western Collegiate League or the Central States Collegiate League that only has 5 teams, I think you can argue that we're 1 and 2, back and forth. The national champion obviously has come from our league the past 2 of the past 3 years. It's come from the Central States League the other couple of years. So we're neck and neck, and we're very proud. We have some great schools, University of Arizona, ASU, even though I know the folks in Tucson don't think ASU is a great school. But Oklahoma,
they're a good
Colorado,
hockey team, though. We will admit that they're a good hockey team.
They're a good hockey team. But we have we have name schools. When you recognize Arkansas, even Missouri State, Colorado State. We're a conference of big name schools, and we're a conference out here in the West where geography is not our friend, but we figured it out, and I think we put on a heck of a show for over 22 games during a regular season, and it's the proof is in the pudding. We get to the national tournament, and not only do we win games, we win championships.
Now,
so we're proud of that.
Chris, is there a possibility to have this league turn into 2 divisions where there are more Western teams like Utah or UNLV, or more regional teams for Arizona and Arizona State that help travel for the teams that are more Western? Is it a possibility in the future
Absolutely.
to have 2 divisions in the WCHL?
Absolutely. Now, the Western Collegiate League is founded on the premise of, again, geography not being our friend, and budgets being very restricted. We have to have a travel partner. That's why U of A and ASU are travel partners. The 2 Oklahoma schools, the 2 Ozark schools that are out here in the desert this weekend, the 2 Colorado schools. UNLV is now going to be Division I. Utah is Division I. If those schools were to have a travel partner, then yes, that could possibly fit into our mix. And yes, we could then look at expansion, and then we could do possible divisions, east, west, north, south. I mean, there's a lot of variations that would further reduce the stress on teams' budgets.
So just one last question. If you had one goal for the WCHL for the rest of this season, other than to have a member win the ACHA Division I championship, but if you had one other goal for the WCHL for this season, what would it be? What is your mandate to achieve for the Western Collegiate Hockey League for the rest of the season?
Well, you took my goal, so that you knew where I was going.
Yes, the University of Arizona being the national champions. We understand that is your goal. Actually, that's our goal.
That's your goal.
That's our goal.
My goal, and it's maybe not a mandate as much, is I would like to have 6 teams in the national tournament. 6 teams out of the top 20, I think, and actually it'll be top 18 since a couple of spots will get eaten up by auto bids. 6 out of the top 20. Top 18, 1/3 of the Nationals field coming from our conference, I think would be a hell of a deal.
That would be an incredible accomplishment. Yes. I think this can be done too.
Well,
I think it's very feasible, isn't it?
We just need to win a few more games here and get Colorado State to win a couple of more games and solidify their spot, keep Oklahoma from sliding, and I think we'll be okay.
We've been talking with Chris Perry. He's the commissioner of the Western Collegiate Hockey League. Thank you for joining us in Tucson and in Arizona this weekend. Thank you for your work with the WCHL. And stay with us, Wildcat fans. We'll be right back to bring you the third period of this game between Missouri State and the University of Arizona. Arizona leads 5-2 after 2 periods of play. We'll be right back with more University of Arizona Wildcats hockey.